Commanders fans, the wait is finally over. Today was day one of Commanders training camp practice, and we've got the takeaways, the news, the updates. We got quite a bit to cover today. So without further ado, let's get into today's content. But before we get into that, don't miss a thing, guys. Make sure you click that subscribe button right now because we're going to be having extensive coverage of Commanders training camp all throughout camp here. We're gonna be going live for our preseason games here. It's gonna be a lot of fun here on the Commanders Report leading up to the start of the 2024 season. So if you want extensive free coverage for your Washington Commanders here at training camp, make sure you click that subscribe button right now. So first up here, Dan Quinn addressed the media again today. Of course, he and GM Adam Peters addressed the media yesterday on Player Report Day. But today, before practice, DQ did take the podium to take some questions, give some comments, and I wanted to share this one that he had earlier. So this is a tweet from JP Finley. It says, Dan Quinn on the rebuild, "I'm not the best on patience. I'm just the opposite, frankly. I want urgency." So that quote right there from Dan Quinn is exactly what this franchise needs. They need somebody with urgency, wanting this organization to get better and to get better fast, all right? And you can tell that Dan Quinn and the energy and the poise and everything that this group is bringing to the table here, you can definitely feel the energy on the field. You can definitely tell that there is a sense of urgency in that building to turn this thing around and quickly. Only time will tell if they actually succeed in doing that, maybe compete for a playoff spot this year, but it's nice to see that the mentality is absolutely correct here with the new head coach in Washington. And then also Dan Quinn gave a big injury update here on Johnny Newton. He says he's so ready to go. We were hoping he could get back soon. We're really pumped, and he's ready to start. He's back, announcing that Johnny Newton would practice for the first time in a Commander's uniform today in Ashburn, and that's exactly what he did this morning. He's wearing number 95. He's out there with John Allen and jer'zhan Payne, and he's out there, man. It's just so good to see this kid out there on the practice field for the first time. And honestly, when he was put on the non-football injury list, over the weekend, many people thought that Newton was going to miss at least a little bit of time here at training camp, but he was able to pass his physical. He was able to get cleared before the start of the first practice, and now it's time to go to work, and I can't wait to see what Newton's going to do in his rookie season here in Washington. So if you're excited to see Johnny Newton play in a Commander's uniform this year and you're happy that he's back, go ahead and type his number 95, to welcome him to the Commanders roster this year, guys. I'll put this as the pinned comment today, so make sure you type those 95s down there for me. Really do appreciate all of your guys' support, and show your support for Johnny Newton by typing those 95s. Okay, now another thing here that we saw at practice today is the new look Guardian caps, okay? So before they used to have like that really ugly gray padded outside, right? And they still have the pads on there, but now they have like these skull caps that make it look more like a regular helmet. Producer Coop thinks they look ugly and that he thinks that anybody that wears that is soft. But you know what, man? I feel like if you're an offensive lineman, defensive lineman, you get your head hit on every single play. I don't really mind if you decide to wear those Guardian caps during games this year. Of course, the NFL is giving players the option to wear those this year, and especially during like preseason games, like I would certainly be okay with guys wearing those skull caps on game days. I think they look better than I thought they were going to look like. I kind of thought they would look lumpy and they would try to put like a logo on the side and it would look really cheap, but the fact that they're putting a covering over the Guardian caps, I think that was a really good idea, and honestly, I think it looks better than Producer Coop says that they look. Okay, now, so coming up on the Commanders Report, I got my takeaways from Jayden Daniels' first training camp practice as the quarterback of the Washington Commanders. Spoiler alert, he had a pretty darn good day. But before we get into it here, make sure you check out our friends at Game Time here. Check out our friends at Game Time, which is the fastest and easiest way to buy tickets for all the sports, music, comedy, and theater in your area. They have killer last-minute deals, all-in prices, views from your seat, and their lowest price guarantee. And Game Time takes the guesswork out of buying tickets to whatever event that you choose, whether it's a concert, whether it's a Commanders preseason game, whether it's a Washington Nationals baseball game. It doesn't really matter, guys. If you can get tickets for an event, Game Time probably has the lowest price guarantee on there. It's absolutely fantastic. And what I love about Game Time is that you get the lowest price guarantee, all-in pricing, so you don't get slapped with crazy fees at checkout. We all know how annoying that can be with some of these apps, guys. And flash deals, so you can get even cheaper tickets the closer you wait to the event. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time today. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code CHATSPORTS. That's one word, all caps, for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code CHATSPORTS for $20 off. Download Game Time today. Last-minute tickets, lowest price, guaranteed. So the report from Jayden Daniels at training camp today was that he was phenomenal, all right? Everything that you heard from the beat reporters on the ground there in Ashburn was that this kid really hit the ground running in training camp this year. He's taken that success and that really clean OTA offseason program that he had, and now he's bringing it to the field in training camp. And, just take a look at some of these posts that came out earlier today. Lake Lewis Jr. Said Jayden Daniels dropping dimes out here on the first day of Commanders training camp. Hashtag raise hail. And then also, man, it's just not Lake Lewis Jr., right? It was everybody. It was J.P. Finley. It was everybody. All the beat reporters were saying just how good Jayden Daniels was performing today. He threw multiple touchdown passes. He had a really, really nice one to Brian Robinson Jr. As well. Nice catch by B-Rob as well. And then not just, beat reporters and the media are saying this, like even Jayden's teammates, specifically his number one receiver here, Terry McLaurin, was praising the young guy after practice today when he spoke to the media. This is what he had to say. Jayden naturally has a good feel of where to position the ball. He just has a natural feel for the game, and this one's really the big praise, which is very unique for any quarterback, let alone a rookie. So that's obviously a big-time praise dished out by the number one receiver here in Washington in Terry McLaurin, who is now going to have his sixth Week 1 starting quarterback in 6 years with the Washington Commanders. So Terry McLaurin has had a rough go of it in this league, man, with the quarterback play that he's had to deal with. He's still performed like a bona fide number one receiver, and with his ability to win deep down the field and Jayden Daniels' ability to hit him on that beautiful deep ball that he has and the great arc and the great touch that he brings to the table, I have a feeling that this is going to be a quarterback-wide receiver duo that's going to absolutely wreck the NFL in the years to come. Now, before I go here, Jonathan Allen is a name that has been floated around trade rumors around the NFL a lot lately, including in recent weeks, because people are like, oh, they got Johnny Newton. Oh, they extended Daron Payne last year. Oh, Jonathan Allen has hinted that maybe he wants to get traded in the future. Well, here's the thing, man. Allen's really happy here right now. You can tell with his demeanor on the podium. Of course, he talked to the media after practice today. Zach Selby says John Allen, addressing the media, said Dan Quinn, the new head coach, brings a lot of energy and keeps everyone locked in. Also, during that media availability, Allen raved about this new culture that Dan Quinn is bringing in with all the energy and the attention to detail that this staff is bringing to the table, and how it's completely different from the complete ineptitude that Ron Rivera and his staff brought to the table last year. Last year, everything felt stale, everything felt low energy, everything felt like it was declining. This year, it feels like the exact opposite with Dan Quinn, and because of that, it seems like Jonathan Allen wants to remain a Commander for the long haul, and as long as he wants to be here, man, that's as long as I want him here in Washington. So make sure you guys type raise hail down there in the comments section if you haven't already, guys. That's going to be it for today's show. If you made it to the end, that means that you are a Commanders Report real one. Not everybody makes it to the end of these videos, so if you made it to the end today, I want to show you some appreciation. So make sure you type those raise hails down there in the comments section if you're ready to get things going here at Commanders Training Camp.